So with this being the week of Thanksgiving, a holiday that is essentially based on eating, and with a worldwide pandemic that is limiting a lot of our interaction with family and loved ones and friends, and making the other part of this holiday that's not about food difficult to enjoy because you're not getting together with a lot of those loved ones. This is really kind of a complicated week. And so I wanted to bring up a question for you to kind of ask yourself and to reflect on and to think about. And there's not a right answer or a wrong answer. But I think if you ask yourself this, it can bring up a lot of good questions and things for you to think about that will help not only with, long-term weight maintenance and continuing to lose weight, but also that whole emotional and mental health piece of eating and the mindful eating. And the question is, what is the goal of this food that I'm about to eat? It could be a meal, it could be a snack, it could be a handful of carrots that you grab as you're walking past a veggie tray, whatever it is, a bowl of M&Ms that's sitting on someone's counter, whatever. But when you can stop and say to yourself, you don't have to say it out loud, but what is the goal of my eating this? That question or that answer can really help you figure out if you're going to get any kind of satisfaction out of it, right? So it's easy for me to say the goal of everything that you eat should be to fuel your body, right? But that's not the goal. I know that's not my goal out of every single time I put something in my mouth. A lot of times it's just because I like the taste of something and I want to eat it, or I'm not being 100% mindful, or I do want to feel my body, or I'm a little shaky and I feel like, I do need something to eat, whatever it is. What can tend to be a problem for people is when you are looking to fill a void or you are looking for an outlet, right, with food. So my goal is for you is to, obviously to fuel your body well so that you can do the things that you want to do, so you can live the life that you want to live. But I also want you to really enjoy your food. I don't want it to be this chore, right? My husband and I base vacations frequently around food and where we're going to eat. So I think there's a great enjoyment that needs to happen. Now, immediately after surgery, or sometimes a year or more after surgery, that enjoyment can kind of be taken for some people because of how their body responds to surgery, the chemical, hormonal changes that are happening. But at some point, almost everyone does enjoy eating again in some way, right? However, when you're eating for stress relief, when you're eating to fill an emotional void, whether it's, sadness, loneliness, the lack of companionship, frustration, anger, whatever. And I usually say it's negative emotions, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a balance of happiness emotions, but typically we think of it with more negative. And so when you're trying to fill a void because you're stressed out, because you've been, limiting your activity for months on end and not getting together with friends, and so you're going to food to fill that or other things, there's never a point where there's satisfaction. Or if you do get to that point of satisfaction, potentially, or, okay, I'm not stressed anymore, it's usually immediately followed by guilt. And that is not what I want for you, and that's not usually the feelings that most people want to experience. And so a lot of times when you can just ask yourself, what is my goal from eating this? And if it's not just to enjoy it, or it's not because you're hungry and you do want to enjoy your food and you do need to fuel your body a little bit, it's a good time to kind of just reflect a little bit, or to just get up from the table for a second, or to just take a little walk and to think about what else you could do to support yourself through those emotions that you're feeling. Now, a lot of us don't have training on this, right? Our parents didn't teach us how to support our emotional needs. Our friends, our family maybe aren't talking about these things. And so it's complicated. It takes a lot of effort, and there's not going to be a right answer that immediately follows. But I think if you can spend some time exploring that and trying different things and just allowing yourself to question it and to have some of those thoughts, over time, you can really figure out how you can support yourself, and you can figure out the best way to nourish your body and to feel good about it without that guilt and those kind of yucky feelings that can follow. So I'm gonna leave this there. I'd love to hear your thoughts, your comments, your frustrations, how you're dealing this week. I know we're really sad. We wanted to get together with some friends and family, and it's just not going to be safe for us to do so with a clear conscience. So it's tough, guys. Hang in there and let me know your thoughts.